welcome to another pre-full moon march to the mountains. Stretch before commencing all your bodily limbs, and we're gonna untangle the mane, and we're gonna go up we go to the mountain by the south entrance of the McGill area. Let's go rock and roll over time. Every time, starting to get a little bit of dark. Cloudy, it was sunny and full moon. I hope I get to see it. I saw yesterday the moon full at 7:44 p.m. 7:44, and we're gonna go up these stairs up and down. My favorite place here, from Hawk Island, Montreal, HAWK. Overtime, every time. This is dedicated to my anonymous sister friend first and foremost today as I go up these stairs. Trigger warnings, we're gonna discuss mature topics of maturity, which of course we will be discussing. And if anybody want to finance, then I go up and down these stairs, and of course I enter by the south of McGill, and you can see Hawk Island, Montreal as we go up. You can see part of the river there, part of the great Montreal metropolis. 2.5 million people on the island. Gonna go to my second home, and I really love that red house. That red house, I wish I could split it with my anonymous sister friend, get that 50-50. Anonymous sister friend, and gonna offer power of attorney as I go on these steel toes. I gotta say, not steel toes, correction boots, to my favorite place, my second home here, the mountain, Mount Royal. We're gonna go up, and we do what we do, the medicine and therapy of choice. Because this independent aspie with retrograde amnesia and is a philosopher, an independent fitness captain, a geopolitical analyst and theorist who's not perfect, far from it, but who loves to go to the mountain, who loves to enjoy nature in convergence with civilization. Androgynous pansexual, gay androgynous pansexual, get that double trouble. Gay androgynous pansexual. And we're gonna go up by the stairs, and we're gonna meditate and rock and roll. And encourage everybody, if you ever come here, only get one view, but if you come here, get it all the way to the up. Get it all the way to the up. And come here, go to the Belvedere, conjure an act, my favorite place. And anybody want to finance, I go up and down these stairs 300 times. We're gonna go circumvent because there's some people more than usual on this gorgeous 18 plus day. So we're gonna just, as of consideration for fellow other citizens, you know, I'm wide shoulder, just gonna go roundabout like that, and gonna do the meditation because I'm doing this work with a laptop, and right here in Hawk Island, Montreal. I gotta say my gratitude. Grateful, thankful that my rent's paid, electricity bill's paid, got food and coffee. Electricity's paid, go Hydro-Quebec, go, rent's paid, got food and coffee, and look at this beautiful city, the Montreal, Hawk Island. Right here, sending some LOV, going on another way as we go overtime, every time to the mountain, up. On the up, we're gonna go, encouraging all to work out, train, exercise. Working out, training, and exercising has been, is, and shall continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice, which of course has been, is, and shall continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice, as of course it is my medicine and therapy of choice. Rock and roll with it as I go all the way to the top, and we're gonna go up to the top, and the blue flowers and the flora and the fauna, and they getting a little bit of white. Let me take a little picture of the beautiful white flowers. Gotta sing it, gotta love it, gotta sing it for to do it, gotta sing it for you love it. Gotta get it. Look at those beauties. Just some beautiful, and you know, we sing that rock and roll 24/7. Independent aspie, raw retrograde amnesia, philosopher and artist. And that photo didn't take that well, so we're gonna take in one more again. Let's take another shot, another glass of the photos, and let's take another one of the photos. Yeah, that is some good photo, and we're gonna get it on that good, and We're gonna get it on the up. Hey, don't leave trash, things that can pollute, such as this. Gotta go in the recycling. This gotta go in the recycling, please. This could be swallowed. Swallowed by a rabbit. Could be swallowed by a squirrel. Could be swallowed by a groundhog. So please, if you come here on the mountain, get it and recycle it. I don't mind smoking. You smoking, it's legal, that cannabis. But nonetheless, see, look at that beauty. And we got to preserve nature and civilization, as we see here as a big metropolis. Skyscrapers we got, and here we got this mountain here, you know. So we got to preserve it, nature and civilization. And of course, we got to be mindful that civilization is a privilege, and we got to do our part, because it takes the individual for the environment, you know. So for the environment, it takes the individual. For the environment, it takes the individual. As I'm going up by the south now to the mountain, my second home. Favorite place to come meditate, rock and roll 24/7. I always hit the mountain. Stay on the right side as I go up and down these stairs. Anybody want to finance? I go 300 times with rock and roll right here on these stairs in the coming days, weeks, months ahead. If I make $1 million, I'm going to give half 50% to my anonymous sister friend. $1 million, $1 billion, half 50-50 to my anonymous sister friend. $8 trillion to my anonymous sister friend. As we go up and down, I go up and down 300 times. For your pleasure, for your purpose, for the public and the private, for the public, for the private, for that LOV you see. To go, it takes you and me. So please, if you come here, do not pollute. As I go on the mountain, ascending higher and higher. Special gratitude, grateful, thankful, rent. Paid my rent. Paid my electricity bill. Got food and coffee. Paid my rent. Paid my electricity bill. Got food and coffee. Paid my rent. Paid my electricity bill. Got food and coffee. So I'm grateful, thankful for that. Full moon is coming at 7:44, but looks a little bit cloudy. I hope it's not going to be storm and rain, because I didn't take the other backpack, so I don't have to cover it. I don't have to cover it right now. But saluting the cyclists, I always love when I see cyclists, of course, going in around the bat and getting, of course, to get it on that exercise. Salute, salute, salute. It is good, good, good for you, and it's good for the body, you know. It's good for the body. So going up, now ascending, meditating on everything that's transpiring. People holding hands, that gives me some good hope, and you know, a bit of that good love, man. That's what I love seeing, you know. I have to get that match make, so we're gonna go around the bout all the way to the top. You can go here by a dip part, you know, you can just go like that and go up, but I feel like changing a little bit because we go often by that side, by the south, and you know, gonna go up and down here as we go. I see fellow citizens jogging. Rarely we take this main road here, but we take it now, and here's where I love to be, in nature and civilization, and always meditating for the farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks, saluting our firefighters, LOV, to the firefighters, to the butchers, to the bakers, to the nurses, to the doctors, to the grocery store clerks, and auctioning this hat. $1 million, gonna give half to my anonymous sister friend, and 50% of every $1 million, and we're gonna be that rock and roll good. See people jogging, going with that bike, and it's super exciting to come here and work out. It's good sweating, and I always love to get a little bit of sweat here. See my fellow citizen there is gonna get a little bit of that sweat, which is good for the body and it's good for the mind. So I always encourage citizens to come here to have a good time, have some fun, and see the city. Go atop Belvedere, go atop Chalet, Belvedere, Konjanak, my favorite place. You can see the whole city, and you know, always meditate now on what the butchers, the bakers, the nurses are doing, as I am calling, of course, for a public and a private partnership. Everything that I do fundamentally is a call for a public-private partnership, for a public-private partnership, for a public and a private partnership across the collective North American civilization. And yes, I'm an Aspie, you know, got Asperger's, and I got all the symptoms. Well, about 99 out of 10, like 90% of the Aspie symptoms, you know. I repeat things twice, 3 times. I'm obsessed about several topics of interest, narrow interests, and that's what I've been doing these past years. I've been accepting that I'm different. I have Asperger's, but you know, I'm always joyous when I come here, when I feel a good vibe, and I'm open for business. Friends with benefits only, androgynous, gay, androgynous, pansexual, and I am gay, androgynous, pansexual. I am gay, androgynous, pansexual, and of course we got it on that X, on that Y, on that Z, so we got it to go double trouble. And for my non-assistant friend, offering a little power of attorney, power of attorney, power of attorney, you know. Greatest someone I know deserves to make 7 times richer than Oprah. Number after 6, number after 6, number after 6. 7 times richer than Taylor Swift. And Oprah, and got love for you all, Beyonce, Oprah, Taylor Swift, but my non-assistant deserves to be 7 times the number after 6 before 8, 7 times richer than all the afore mentioned. I'm rich in kisses, KISS, kisses from the goddess, GODDSS, goddess, credited from the goddess. Trillions of kisses I got, credited from the goddess. Trillions of kisses I got, credited from the goddess, credited from the goddess, credited from the goddess, credited from the goddess. You know, I like it. I like coming here. I like seeing people holding hands, hugging, and people exercising always bring me joy. Part of my obsessions, you know, to see people work out. And I'm an independent fitness captain, and I created my own workout training program system back in 2019. A simple, effective workout training program system which I have created myself, and which of course I would love to share with the world, and I have shared with the world for hundreds of workout videos, you know, hundreds of workout videos. And dancing being my favorite sport. I love to dance. Nobody dances like yours truly when get that double trouble androgynous, get that 50-50 with Rainbow Dragon, you know. So that's how we do, and that's how we rock and roll with it. And it's always motion, it's always in beginning. My fitness journey, I always say, begins now, and you can come here and smell fresh air. It's like cleaning the lungs, purifying, because I got a lot of cleaning to do on myself before I do a lot of cleaning on the exterior, you know. First I gotta cleanse myself, gotta do my own cleaning, you know, before we clean. And again, I call it a heart here. If you come, do not pollute. So I love this place, I love the place here, and I love to have fun, you know, to get it on the fun and to get on the also the serious. The fun, pleasure and purpose can go together, you know. Pleasure and purpose can go together. So I get pleasure and purpose. It takes two to tango, you know what I mean. So it takes all the way to get that pleasure and that purpose by doing some action, you know. Action has been required, and seeing all these beautiful rocks, you see, always reminds me of the beauty of the mountain and the majesty and the uniqueness of the mountain being right at the heart center, south of the island. Right at the south center. It's south, right? South center. South and the south. At the south center, you know. So it is in the south, you know. It's in the south. In the south center. It's not exactly in the center, but it's south. I mean, it's almost exactly in the center, but south. Yes, between north, central, south. It's between the east and the west, in the center and the south. But it's south, so it's not center, but from an east-west perspective it is. Except for north-south, it is on the south. South. So now we're gonna go around about. Gonna go get first that hydration, and it's always good, you know. I always feel joy when I see citizens working out and investing in the body, which is something that I have been doing for years and years and years now. You know, when I got out of depression, it's always nice and to see people jogging, and it brings me joy, man. So it's good. Carrying on that good, you know, and I always could use a hug and give hugs, free kisses, free tickles, and you know, and I don't open for business because now at the moment I only got financial stress, you know, so I gotta be careful because of course there's people pass, so I want to discuss some topics which are of a more adult nature, if you will, but of course is that to be with that concern. So we gotta get on the go sometimes, and I always say my fitness journey starts today. See, here you got some nice stairs which take you all the way up, and you got some cycling going on. You got some vehicles, motorized vehicles. It's not the best place, for motorized vehicles here. It's not the best place for motorized vehicles here, but I think there's some restrictions, whatever the case may be, and it's best because if there would be cars passing, it would kind of defeat the purpose of having a flora and the fauna and doing all the plantations that you see here. We got a lot of plantation going on. Got a zone de plantation, see? Gotta get that plantation here. Travaux de zone de plantation, we gotta get that plantations, man. So, saluting those who planting the little trees, little flowers, and that crow. Says Dragon, I know your secrets, but why is it? I'm pretty open about who I am, and then psychologically, sexually, being an aspie for years now, and gotta get for zone de plantation. See, here, that's what it says. So that's what it is. So it's on the misunderstood side, There's a lot of misunderstanding, it's just a big misunderstanding, and sometimes we gotta get that X, we gotta get that Y, and see with the crows there. I give him a little bit of X, man. So it's that LOV, man. Gotta get that plantations go. So we gotta get on that go, and we gotta get on that X. So we're gonna cross by this side because we're gonna go inside, and super important to go in, as it is. We're gonna go all the way up, and it's super important, to be grateful. Gratitude is a component of my well-being, my mental health. As yesterday I just finished the tripartite 3-part mental health component of a 3 series of marching dance for mental health, and I cannot stress enough again for mental health the importance of regular physical exercise, the importance of regular physical exercise, the importance of regular physical exercise, the importance of regular physical exercise. It's super important for my well-being, and admitting, like now there's nobody under here is can discuss me, like, I've been open for years about my sexuality and being gay, androgynous, pansexual. You get that double trouble, and you get it on the X, you get it on the Y. So somebody left the gloves, and we're gonna bring them to the lost and found. Well, I think they're work gloves. Anyways, maybe somebody's around here. I'm not gonna touch them because they might be work gloves, and somebody might be still here doing some work from what it looks. So it might be, I'm not gonna touch them, but if they're there in the coming days, I will of course bring them to the lost and found. But now there might be somebody here because they kind of look like workers' gloves, and who just attached that. Maybe he's going, I'm speculating he, she, they, whatever the case may be. Speculating, of course, whatever the case is, for us to get it on the X. And so that's what it is. That's what it is. So there you go. The person, citizen worker, doing some plantations or some work there. Just left them there to go to the bathroom, to the washroom, or to do XYZ activities, which I can only speculate, but nonetheless, from my estimation, they look like gloves. Like gloves. Work gloves. So being that they're work gloves, we're gonna let them be over there, so just in case you come by gloves or other attire, note that we have 2 places where you can go for lost and found. And please, once again, do not leave the trash, the garbage, or anything else. Do not leave it here. Do not leave it here. Do not leave it here. So do not leave it. Do not leave it. Do not leave it. So that's what it is. So and XYZ, and gotta get it on the X and on the Y. So it's gonna be a little XYZ. So anyways, encouraging all to work out this workout march meditative with that rock and roll for the butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks, firefighters. It takes 2 to tango. Takes that private and that public. Takes that nature and civilization. We gotta rock and roll for that culture. We're gonna switch to that French because we in La Belle Province, but now we shall go to HYDRATE, because we are on that super thirsty Super Tuesday. Super thirsty, Super Tuesday. Gotta get a little bit of loving. Super Tuesday, super thirsty. Gotta get a little bit of loving, and we gotta get a little bit of that. And so it's important to get a little bit of finance, and a little bit of finance with that, you know. Get a little bit of finance, and so get a little bit of finance, and it's always important to love, and encourage all to work out, train, exercise, and take care of that body, like my fellow citizens are doing, and estimate a little workout, and it's super important, man. And exercise, you cannot stress enough. Looks like a storm is coming always. Who's gonna get it for that? Lost the hat, man. Lost the hat. Just flew. Got some wind, man. It looks a bit stormy, but hey, I guess sometimes we gotta get a little bit of rain, but has to go to the Belvedere, fellow tourists. Always happy when I see tourists here coming. And we got a great island, great culture here in Quebec. We got a great mountain. You can go inside where the trails are, and you make sure you don't pollute. See, this needs a big spring cleaning, you know. So that's what it is, and it's always on the go, you know. It is needs some color. It's kind of gray. Yeah, kind of gray. See, all this would be to use some color. Something rainbow, something purple, something red. You know, that's what we gotta do. Benches, yes, I know. Seagulls are hungry. Power of Attorney Special Edition. I'm gonna get out of the way of the cyclists. We get along, we make compromises, you know. Here, nature and civilization, and that's why it's important not to pollute. So, super important not to pollute, you know. Super important to make sure that no flora, fauna gets damaged. The rabbits, the squirrels, the rabbits, the squirrels, the rabbits, and 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 the squirrels. The rabbits and the squirrels, or the groundhogs, the rabbits, the groundhogs, whatever it is, you know. So we gotta always pay attention to the flora and the fauna. And as I go now, I gotta say salute to the public workers who build those three. See, they're so nice. They're a bit on the artistic side. See, this Aspie with Amnesia Raw, philosopher artist, geopolitical analyst and theorist, and who's right here on the XYZ and on the Go XY and on the Y and on the Z, and it's good cleaning, you know. So see. You know, so we gotta go on the X and on the Z and on the Y, so you gotta get it for the now, man. And sometimes you just gotta live carpe diem as I am, you know. Ever since I died of COVID back in February 2020, March, you know, for me it was like death, pestilence, and disease, death, pestilence, and disease, death, pestilence, and disease, COVID, you know. So since then, more than 4 years, I've been reborn, and I'm grateful, thankful. The only thing I got now is financial stress. The only thing that I got now is my problem is financial stress. The only thing that I got now is financial stress, you know, economic. I'm $10,000, 500 in debt. I am 10,500 in debt. I do have another debt of $10,000 and 500. So that's what it is. So besides that, I'm super healthy, super rich, rich in kisses, rich in theory, rich in art, rich in philosophy, rich in so many other things. Very rich, very wealthy, and that other things. And you know, I am good at whatever my obsessions are. And as a geopolitical analyst and theorist, you know, Asperger's makes me that I have the inclinations and the over obsession with certain interests. And my interests are geopolitics, 24/7 geopolitical analysis and theory. Of course, geopolitics, geopolitical analysis and theory, and philosophy and dancing. And of course, dancing, philosophy, and all the theorizing which is ongoing now, of course, and the study of civilizations plus public hygiene, and I open carry my sanitizer, hand sanitizer, disinfectant, because I've been obsessed about microbes, bacteria and germs, about microbes, bacteria and germs, about microbes, bacteria and germs, and you know, I got that Asperger, so my obsessions and interests super focused on geopolitics. I'm an independent geopolitical analyst and theorist, and parallel to being an artist and philosopher and independent geopolitical analyst and theorist, independent philosopher, independent artist who's got those trillions of kisses and who's open for business today for power of attorney, power of attorney, power of attorney, power of attorney to my anonymous sister friend, you know. And that's what we gotta do. We gotta do XYZ and gotta encourage people to work out because it's my medicine and therapy of choice. And of course, I will discuss my experience with being depressed and suicidal. You know, it was a bad place, but what got me out of it was, of course, when I crossed Canada coast to coast, and that event got me out of depression. I saw so many things to live for here in Canada, to see, to do. My family, Quebecers, Canadians, and that's good. Yeah, somebody's giving those good hugs, man, you know, and that's giving me some hope, man. You know what I mean? It's hope for Canada. Couples are allowed to kiss, hug in public here in Montreal, you know. Freedom and liberty, man. And here, if you're a fan of hockey, you can come check out the skate. The skates. Look at that. These, if you're a fan of hockey, man. Jean Béliveau is right here. If you're a fan of hockey, 1971, 11th of February, when my Habs used to win. When my Habs used to win, this is Jean Béliveau, the skates. 1971, February 1971. February 11, 1971. You got those skates, and you got it right here, you know. There you go, if you're a fan, right here. Jean Renouveau, when the Habs used to win, and we didn't make the playoffs, but whatever. 11th of February 1971. Rock and roll dancing is my favorite sport, but I love hockey. Love hockey, so we're gonna go hydrate, and gonna get into that LOV, you know. So it is what that is, and we're gonna get that hydrate, and we're gonna get that water, you know. Oh yeah. Thank you. Once we build the water faucet, and of course the underground, all those pipes. Salute, salute, salute. Public works, public works. Sometimes we gotta salute our public works. Huh? Just gonna fill the bottle up. Then we're gonna go all the way to the top. We're gonna switch to that French in a bit because, you know, I'm a Quebecer, so I put it in for my French. But first we do the English and then the French because we keep it bilingual, bilingual. But gonna switch to good rock and roll French because I'm bilingual, just like my Prime Minister, Celine Dion as well. You know, so I gotta get a little bit more hydration in me. And we gotta get it for the X, for the Z, for the Y, and gotta get it for now. You know, gotta get a little bit of water. Hydrate. Super important when you work out to hydrate. Drink water. Especially in my workouts, which are long workouts. Here, there we go. We're gonna continue. Let me go up to the top. Looks like a storm is coming. There we go. So we're gonna go all the way to the top. And we're gonna go all the way to the top, you know. So that's how we do it, man. We do it, we go all the way to the top. Roundabout. Here was, of course, a little skate. You know, I got that skate. Somebody get in with that drone. Somebody get me with that drone. Drones. We got satellites. Build more satellites. Dragon Army public-private partnership. Dragon Army.ppp. And you can come skate here. It's a nice place to skate and come have some fun, you know. Now used to do the skate, and now you got the other skating, man. See, so you can skate, have fun, and before it was on the ice, and now you can skate on here, you know. See, you can just skate and have fun. I just want to say that I want to paint these benches a little bit. What is that? Oh, I thought that was anyways, all these benches, I wish I could paint them. Give me permission and give me some volunteering, and gotta get it on the X on the Y. You know? I wanna paint all those benches some color, some rainbow, eh? That would be nice. Anyways, here we got skating, so my cousin's there on the skate, you know. And here we got the lake. We got some fishes inside also. Fishes, red fishes inside, you can see. You can come and take a look and take a look and take a look and get in on that fishes, man. I'm gonna try to see if I can get some fishes, but I gotta be careful when I cross. You know, maybe. I don't see any, but there are fishes here. You can check the fishes sometimes. There's so many. Usually on the other side. We might spot some fishes, so you can come check them out. They're red, usually very red, orange fishes, and we got quite a few, a whole array of fishes, which is kind of cool here in this. This is not a natural lake. This is, of course, what we call man-made. Thank you, Public Works, and this is also new. So I like this. How is the setup here? It's very nice with the rocks, you know, the rocks. Still today, marching for my anonymous sister friend, all my allies and armies, pledge your allegiance, legions, or my allies and armies, pledge your allegiance, legions, all my allies and armies. Pledge your allegiance, legions. Pledge your allegiance, legions, all my allies and armies. Pledge your allegiance, legions, you know. You gotta go on that go and go on that go. So it is always today with that priestess, dragon rainbow flocking. Where the flocks? See how they're flying a little bit nice, just like aquaplaning, man. The ducks. I think they might eat the fishes, man. They might eat a little bit of fishes. I don't know, maybe. Gotta go by the side. Whoop. That's gonna get on their head, man. Gotta wash it so it's not gonna go. So gotta watch it for the birds, you know. Whoop. See, it's making some noise. It's gonna go right on my head, man. Gotta be on the lookout, because they're coming hungry. The seagulls, and we gotta get the hawks, man. See, they want the food, man. They want the food. Anyways, you're not supposed to feed them because they got everything they need, you know. Poodles, man. And poodles I can pet. Other dogs make me sneeze. The ones with the thick fur, you know, kind of like get those allergic reactions to poodles. Except for the dogs. Except for poodles, most other dogs I get those allergic reactions, especially the ones who have that long thick fur. Thick fur. My fellow citizens working on training, exercise, and good for you. I encourage you. So it is X, it is Y, it is Z. So it is something which we gotta do. So we gotta get it for the X, for the Y, and it is what it is, and we're gonna get it on the Y, we're gonna get it on the Z, and we're gonna get it for the LOV, man. As we go atop, crossing by the forest. Are we gonna cross it there? No, the other way. Because there we go on by the parallel. So let's go by that side though. Actually, no, I changed my mind. changed my mind. I changed my mind. So sometimes it's good to just change your mind, you know. Just change your mind. So it's good. And take a detour, take a different tour, see different sightings. And I mean, there's so many trails here and on the other side. And this is Mount Royal, one of the 3 peaks of the whole mountain system, which of course has 3 peaks. The mountain system, Mount Royal proper, has 3 peaks, 3 peaks, 3 peaks, of course. 3 peaks, you know, so got those 3 peaks, you know. Got those 3 peaks. So X, Y, Z. So that's what is important sometimes, to just go and flow, FLOW, and start your fitness journey. Mine begins today, I always say. And it's been a few years, you know, and it's been a few years for my fitness journey. And it has been for years now. And I always say I start today, you know. And now I can discuss, you know, more adult topics. I gotta look if there's no children, you know, no children, because some topics which I discuss are more of an adult nature, and you know, the sexuality and whatever have you. So it is something which is interesting to see and to get it on the X, to get it on the Y, but it's of course matters of discussions that we have as adults, you know, me being gay, androgynous, pansexual, me being gay, androgynous, pansexual, me being gay, androgynous, pansexual, and open for business, friends with benefits only now, and those who can tolerate being friends with benefits with a weird ass be androgynous, pansexual. But got my quality, got my faults, and you know, I no need to spy on me again. RCMP, CSIS, FBI, CIA, FBI, CIA, FBI, CIA, FBI, CIA, CSIS, and CIA, FBI, and stats are gone after 1989. Or, of course, Russian Secret Service, or Russian Secret Service, Russian Secret Service. Not only the Russian Secret Service, Chinese Secret Service, Chinese, whatever the case may be, outside of North America, because, you know, Rainbow Dragon, gay, androgynous, pansexual loves is rock and roll. And, you know, I got a condition, and sometimes, you know, I have to be careful not to scratch in public. I discussed this. It's a personal condition. You know, I have some scars, and I do have an androgynous functioning rocket, sometimes functioning rocket, sometimes functioning rocket, sometimes functioning rocket, you know. So having a functioning rainbow rocket sometimes, clit dick, a dick clit, androgynous dick clit. I do have a scar. I gotta, because there's citizens coming, and it is something more sensitive, so I gotta be careful not to discuss it over much. Not to discuss it over much, you know. And I also had to be careful for my fellow citizen on the bike, because he was going on the side. So I got the responsibility, duty, and obligation here in the public to stay on the right side, just like driving, you know, to just stay on the right side, just to stay on the right side, just to stay on the right side, just to stay on the right side, you know, just like stay on the right side. And that's about it. So it's gonna get it for that drill. So anyways, I do have scars, so I'm gonna look into it with a medicine with a doctor to have something on my probably genitals, because I have a big scar. I have a scar of about 3 inches and wide and thick on my androgynous genitalia, sometimes rainbow rocket, sometimes clit dick, dick clit, pussy dick. I'm that androgynous, so you get that 50-50 anyways. So of course I have the X and the Y, and I do have scars. I don't know their origin. I just had them for many years, and I do have to scratch sometimes over there. It just starts to itch sometimes, and due to that scar. And usually when weather like this is changing, usually when it's raining or when there's weather, it kind of provokes, when the clouds or when just sometimes usually I notice before like a storm, before a storm usually comes, and I get more itchy on the scars. So anyways, it's something that I live with, and there's a scar there. But anyways, gotta discuss something else, and gotta be attentive and to be mindful of other citizens, especially if there's children, and the certain topics of discussion to be more hidden and keep more at bay, and not be that, not be that. Be mindful of other citizens. 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 Be mindful of other citizens, Be mindful of other citizens. Other citizens. Be mindful of other citizens. So, like my fellow citizen, I saw them about 13.3 meters away coming. Then I changed topics and I stopped discussing my condition of having not only Asperger's but having a scar. Scar on my scar. I have a scar on my genitalia, my private parts. So it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. So XYZ, and that's how we gotta live. And you gotta live with scars. You gotta live with certain things, and I am openly gay androgynous pansexual for years, and sexual liberation, it's something which I cherish, and sometimes it takes blood, sweat, and tears. Sometimes it takes blood, sweat, and tears, but it's always mindful. And I like BDSM switch. I like BDSM switch. Any friends with benefits open for that. Only friends with benefits, allies and armies pledge your allegiance. Only friends with benefits. If you tolerate this Asperger amnesia, friends with benefits, allies and armies, friends with benefits. Friends with benefits, allies and armies. So, being androgynous, and change that switch 50-50, fluid, gender fluid, and getting on that androgyny, and open for business and pleasure, and to support the call for the public-private partnership, be it the dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom. Basically, when I say the dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom, is a call for a public-private partnership to create two institutions of the 21st century based on my philosophies and my theories for the 21st century, a public-private partnership, and to attain harmony between civilization and nature. And it's part of, having some joy, which past years, and contentment and happiness, to pursue it, not to the detriment of the individual and the collective, and vice versa. The collective not be the detriment to the detriment of the individual. It's always hard to attain. It's always hard to reach. We always try sometimes to attain it, and we also have psychological consciousness, and we have hidden lusts, hidden fears, myself included, hidden lust, hidden fears, hidden lust, hidden fears, which we do have. Hidden lust and hidden fear. So I have to go to court for an act that I scratched in public last year, so somebody took it as offensive, but I did not see anybody actually there, so I have to go to court for that. And I'm willing to apologize if I scratch, but it's a part of a thing which we gotta in public, and I scratched, and that's about where I scratched, and I did scratch, and because I have those scars, and I don't know where those scars are but from. I don't remember recalling an injury or what have you, but as I have many other scars, but I've been healing lately. And like in my genitalia, there's like a 3 working rainbow rocket, sometimes androgynous rainbow rocket, my rainbow androgynous rocket, my rainbow androgynous rocket. Sometimes it works, gotta get a hit and miss, but anyways, I do have a scar, literally a scar, S-C-A-R, scar on my genitalia. So sometimes when it changes the weather, or sometimes I get an itch, so I scratch sometimes in public. So it's something that I'm aware that it might offend certain individuals. It might not be, a gesture, but I don't want to do it just because for the sake of doing it. Unless I would be a rock and roll on the stage, and I would have a song called "Scratch My Genitalia." Scratch my genitalia. First, so I'm gonna give some charity to Aspies, man. My rock album, rock and roll album. To launch my rock and roll album. Anyways, rock and roll album will probably be son of a or groom of a. I got it. My first rock album, groom, as in 7 years or so before marriage, or 42 months, 7 years, 42 months, whatever, 42 months, 7 years before marriage, and groom, groom of a harlot, groom of a whore, groom, as in the bride to be is a whore, or bride to be is a harlot, bride of groom. That will be my rock and roll album. But anyways, yeah, I do have about three. I say the scars pretty big, length and width and length. So yeah, I have a scar on my rainbow rocket. So there it is. So again, so it's something that I put online, open for whatever case, and I realize in the public, because I'm not in the private quarters, Rainbow Dragon's Lair. There's places for nudism, and there's places for doing XYZ, for rock and roll, for dancing, for workout. You can work out here, you can jog, you can kiss, you can hug, you can hold hands freely here. You can do that. There's certain things you cannot do, right? There's certain indecent acts. That would be another of my rock and roll songs. Rock and roll songs of my rock and roll songs, my rock and roll songs. Here's the Zone de Plantation, so we got a salute. Anyways, that'll be my first rock album, I guess. Son and groom of a whore of a harlot. That'll be a great name. Son of a harlot, groom of a groom. This is somebody waiting to be wed, be married, and XYZ. So gotta get it for the X, gotta get it for the Y, and that's what it is, man. Gotta get that joy, and gotta get that pleasant, and sometimes we gotta admit, psychologically, sometimes we don't feel, but I conquered being depressed and suicidal. I conquered being depressed and suicidal. I conquered being depressed and suicidal. I conquered being depressed and suicidal when I traversed Canada coast to coast. That event in my life, I said so many things to do, so many things to do, so many things to see, so many things to do, so many things to see, so many things to do, so many things to see, so many things to do and see. So many things to do, so many things to see, so many things to do and see across Canada, to write poetry, rock and roll songs, workout, train, exercise. So I got out of depression 2017. I started working out, training and exercising. I did a lot of volunteering, so I got that plantation zone, and so we all deserve like second, third chances, and I gotta say, as I went to court and go to court and go to court and go to court, went to court, go to court for, having scratched. And I understand, I'm willing to apologize to my fellow citizens for scratching, but that's about as far as that act in public went, but I can understand that. But and again, my brothers and sisters across the collective North American civilization, who lost their freedom, Freedom, I got it tattooed, but it's of course course, a double-edged sword, man. Freedom is something new, you know. Our ancestors didn't have, you know, we didn't have, and now we have it, OV, you know, so. Gotta go on the drill, see how many people are jogging, and you know, I enjoy seeing that, and they're jogging well, and they're jogging hard, harder than me. I always love that, and yeah, you know, I like the fitness, and you know, I could say probably I get a little bit lustful, and a little bit of that XYZ. My fellow citizens are on the X, on the Y, on the Z, and get it on the X, you know, so loving fitness, loving geopolitics. That's basically, as an Asp, got that Asperger, so my propensity and intensity in those areas of life, geopolitical studies, and I'm unrivaled, and even fitness, and as an independent fitness captain, you know, with vigor, and stamina, you know. I've been working out, training, exercising for years now, and I always say my fitness journey starts now, and you know, I gotta admire that fellow citizen and get out of his way and salute, make sure he crosses safely. Wow, félicitations! Good for him, man. That's an act. See, wow. Gonna get out of the way for them to traverse safely, and it's quite something, man. Wow. Wow. They're able to do that. And I gotta admire them and salute, because, I mean, look at that. They're on the bike and their strength, you know, fitness. So that's why I got out of the way, for their safety. My safety, their safety. And they're going down, man, on this. So, you know, I can do some things, some push-ups, dancing. Nobody dances like Rainbow Dragon, but you saw that, and no, they didn't even get off. And this is very steep, and they went on that. They went on that, and they hold it with a strength. So I gotta salute, man. I like that. Cycling is like fitness, you know, and they got fit, and they got art, and they got good skills on it. So I just gotta be careful for the dog, you know, because of course I get allergies. So fellow citizens, I always get out of the way and try to stay on the right side, just like driving, as I go work out now and do a little bit on that hike, do a little bit on that hike. So we go up. So that's what it is. Feels good. You give me hope, man. Yeah. I get home and I see couples holding hand, you know. Otherwise, what are we fighting for? And I always say, with respect to my Canadian Armed Forces, Bill Blair, well, they put on for national defense. Defense of Quebec, Canada is 40 plus million now. That's 40 plus million. Well, first, before you put on the uniform, you gotta either read some children's books and read some children's books. So either read some children's books or change some diapers. That will be a requirement for the 21st century Canadian Armed Forces. And see, look at these whites, man. Look at this beautiful whites. Look at those beautiful whites. Anyways, so yeah. Anyways, I suffered with the Asperger's, but now these past years, I'm learning to manage it. Manage it, and direct it, you know, and sublimate it. You know? To sublimate it. To sublimate it. to sublimate and channel, as the storm seems to be coming full moon, man. At 7:44, what time it is? Oh, in 77 minutes. 77 minutes. Perfect for the number of the goddess, GODDSS. I say it in my spiritual teachings. And hey, there it is, the raccoon. See raccoons, man. Look at that. That's why you got raccoons here. See? You see the raccoon? See the raccoon there? I'm gonna take a picture for the social media. Look at that, man. Look at what we see. The raccoon. It's you and me. That's why we must not pollute here. That's why we gotta do that disinfecting, cleaning by recycling. And we got a raccoon. Hey, on the mountain we got you. You know we sing it for the love. The raccoon. We got it for the raccoon. On the mountain, you know that I love it. That's that raccoon going on his business. You know that I sent him off. Please do not pollute if you come here. Recycle, because we got those raccoons, we got rabbits, we got flora, and got fauna. Here on the mountain, my second home. Please recycle if you gotta recycle. Please put in the garbage if you gotta put in the garbage, because we got raccoons, rabbits, we got squirrels, and lots of flora, fauna. We even got those hawks in Hawk Island, Montreal, Rainbow Dragon. Saw that raccoon for the first time, 2024. More to come. LOV storms coming. Full moon in 77 minutes. So it's that full moon in 77 minutes, and we're gonna discuss the DRT, the debt refusion theory. The DRT, the debt refusion theory for the creation of the UE, for the creation of the UE. So what is the debt refusion theory? Debt refusion theory. Debt refusion theory. Debt refusion theory. Debt refusion theory. What is the DRT? What is the DRT? What is the debt refusion theory? What is the DRT? The debt refusion theory. The debt refusion theory. The debt refusion theory. So, for the creation of the UE, we're gonna go rock and roll. Let's say again gratitude, and again marching today for my anonymous sister friend, power of attorney edition. I'm gonna willingly loving offer the greatest woman I know, anonymous. Power of attorney, power of attorney, power of attorney to my anonymous sister friend. And if I make $1 million, I'm gonna give her half, 50-50 of $1 million, $1 billion, $1 trillion. Anyways, the DRT theory, I'm gonna discuss what it is. And first I will to say my gratitude again. I am grateful, thankful that my rent's paid, electricity bill's paid, and got food and coffee as I drill it down to stay here until the full moon. And then we go back to headquarters because I got business, you know. So anyways, what is the DRT theory? And the DRT theory, of course, is my own theory. And I gotta say that this theory comes as the paradox, if you will, of me having Asperger's. And I have the obsessions, as many Aspies have different obsessions and point of interest. And mine is, and geopolitics, and I'm an independent geopolitical analyst and theorist, and of course independent fitness captain. And my obsessions are geopolitics, sports, fitness. Dancing is my favorite sport, the study of civilizations, and in parallel to dancing and public hygiene. So now I'm going to show you what is the debt refusion theory. Stands for DRT, stands for debt refusion theory, and is my financial theory for the collective North American civilization, which I've written in the past and of course have developed over the years, especially during COVID. But now it's kind of urgent. So being that it's urgent, I will of course to say that it is urgent that we make the implementation, because it's the only way out of where we are now with the public finances, and in many ways with the private, because I'm 10,500 in debt. So I starts with me and you here on the mountain with a new covenant, 7 years for the Septennium is 7 years, and we gotta get it for that drill. So 7 years for North American dancing goddess and dragon kingdom, the public public-private partnership, the public-private partnership, the public-private partnership for the collective North American civilization complex. So the DRT, the debt refusion theory, stands, of course, for the creation of the universal exchange unit. So I'm going to show you now the public financial system, or the debt, where we are with the public finances. So this picture was taken 22nd of November 2023 from CBCD. This is the official amount of debt servicing. Debt servicing, in other words, is paying the interest. So this is how much interest we pay. Look how much we paid in 2020, 2021. We paid 20.3 billion. A billion is 1,000 million, has 9 zeros. 3 years later, this year, fiscal year 2023, 2024, it is 46.5. 46.5, it is 46.5, it is 46.5. So it more than doubled. Double would have been 20.3, would have been 40.6. That would have been double 2020, 2021. But now it's 46.5. 46.5. So 2024, it more than doubled in 3 years. This is just the interest. The interest. Fancy word to say paying the debt servicing. In other words, paying the interest on the debt. This is what it is. More than doubled in 3 years. More than double. So this is not sustainable. Brothers and sisters, there's no way we can sustain this. So we're about to go down. The public is the DRT. Debt refusion theory is the only way. So what is the DRT? It's taking all private and public debt. So my private debt is 10,500. Your private debt, my private debt, our private debt. So all the private debt, right? My private debt and the public debt as well. So the public and the private debt of Canadians. So keep in mind that my DRT theory stands for debt refusion theory, and my brothers and sisters, is the only solution. Is this, and it also includes. My theory also includes monetary integration theory. Monetary integration theory is, of course, what was done in Europe. In the European Union, what was done. 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 In the European Union. What was done in the European Union? Right? What was done in the European Union, what was done in the European Union, in the European Union, European Union. That's what was done in the European Union. The European Union, right? That was done in the European Union. So take all the public and the private debt, refuse it. So what was done in the European Union was the monetary integration. So my DRT theory, once again, has also that in my theory. And what they did in the European Union, basically, the Germans got rid of the German mark. In France, they got rid of the franc. The Italians got rid of the lira. The Italians got rid, of course, of the lira. In France, they got rid of the franc. Italians got rid of the lira. In France got rid of the franc. And of course, in France, Italy and Germany, they got rid of the Deutsche Mark. In Italy, they got rid of the lira. In France, they got rid of the franc. So that they got rid of, right? And they adopted a common currency, and they even created a central bank. So we're gonna do the same. It seems like a storm is coming, so we're gonna do the same on it. But I don't want to, of course, ruin my laptop. So we're gonna go underneath, do a little bit of a workout there where we are protected from the water. And of course, I do not want will to damage my laptop, and it's my work tool here, so we might interrupt. They're shorter. If it starts pouring, I'm gonna just interrupt, as I'm gonna finish with the DRT. So the DRT, take all private and public debt, my private debt, your private debt, our private debt of North American countries, and take it all together, and all that debt is gonna be in the trillions, billions. So all that number will finance an initial money supply. So my 10,500, yours, ours, the public and the private debt of Canada. And due to the fact that the United States dollar is still the currency of choice for world trade, international business, global affairs, convert all the public debt and private debt of Canadians Mexico, Canada, US first, North America, and if they will, all the countries in the complex of the North American civilizational complex. And of course, all that number will be the initial money supply. The initial money supply. The initial money supply. And we're going to put an interest rate level of 10%. It could be 3.33, 7.70, 1.56, 4.18. Lower than 10%, lower than 10%. Maximum 10, lower than 10 by principal on all loans thereafter. So sesame ASAP. So debt refusion to take all private and public debt. And all that debt, since the United States dollar is still the currency of choice for world trade, international business, global finance, convert the Canadian public private debt to US dollar, Mexican peso debt to US dollar. All that number will be the initial money supply for a new global North American central bank to issue the UE, the Universal Exchange Unit. The Universal Exchange Unit, the Universal Exchange Unit, the UE, the Universal Exchange Unit. The UE, Universal Exchange Unit, the Universal Exchange Unit, the Universal Exchange Unit, the UE, the Universal Exchange Unit, the UE, Universal Exchange Unit, the Universal Exchange Unit, the Universal Exchange Unit, the UE, the Universal Exchange Unit, and XYZ. So here we are, going on that coast to coast. Here I want to build with your support. The Forgotten Goddess Temple, 7 stories high, with the House of the Dragon, pyramid, austere, severe, but scarlet. A kitchen, a bathroom, and a bathtub with, of course, a temple. Forgotten Goddess Temple, 7 stories high for activities such as tarot, reading, interpretation of the books, and of course the tarot. The interpretation of the tarot, of course, not just the tarot, but of course the tarot and the astrology and the full moon. Today's full moon celebration for the goddess. And we're gonna get it for that XYZ celebration for the goddess, XYZ celebration for the goddess. And we're gonna get it for that celebration. Go goddess, go goddess. The goddess, priestess, or the goddess. Let's go. House of the Dragon, Forgotten Goddess Temple, 7 stories high, blah, blah, public, private partnership for the DRT. Take all public and private debt. All that number will be the initial money supply. Initial money supply, initial money supply, initial money supply. All the debt, public and the private, the initial money supply. The initial money supply, the initial money supply, the initial money supply, the initial money supply, right? The initial money supply of all the bank for a new bank, for a new bank, for a new bank. Okay. And of course, we're gonna create a new currency just like they did in the European Union. They created the euro. We're gonna create the UE, the UE, the UE, the UE. U dot, E dot, U dot stands for U dot, Universal E dot Exchange Unit, and preferably by biometrics. The hand, the voice are unique biometric identifiers. Set an interest rate level of 10%, and of course it could be like we have now currencies, and of course we have coins and banknotes. And what is the only solution to DRT, my brothers and sisters? ASAP calling on my Scorpio brother Bill Gates, other Scorpio Joe Biden, another Scorpio Joe Biden, Bill Gates of BlackRock, Blackstone, Blackhawk, and Blackstone and BlackRock are two different institutions, but Larry Fink is a CEO of Blackstone, so meaning that to say that it takes the private and the public, but sometimes people confuse Blackstone and BlackRock. They're two different financial institutions, and of course they're private, but it takes the private and the public to work on the DRT, just like for nature and civilization. It takes like 50-50, half-half. It takes the public and the private. It takes the public and the private. Private service and public service. Public service and public service. I always say thank you to saluting, I know that I mentioned it, those who pick up the garbage every week, the compost, the recycling in my neighborhood. Compost, recycling garbage. 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 3 services I got. So it takes the public and the private. We cannot have everything private. We gotta have some public services, you know. We gotta have the DRT, debt refusion theory, for the creation of the Universal Exchange Unit. It's the only solution, just like in Europe. So all the debt, public and private debt, will be the initial money supply for this new North American bank. All the debt, set an interest rate level of 10%. It could be more, It cannot be more, but it can only be less than 10%. So maximum 10%. Create the UE, that will be the new banknote. It's going to be based on the US dollar. Freeze all prices of bread, water. So standardize and freeze the prices of bread, butter, goods. Freeze and standardize bread, butter, goods, all the prices of the food, of the bread, and of course of the bread and the butter. Of course, standardize, and freeze. And of course, get on that freeze the prices, price of butter, price of bread, price of milk, standardize and freeze. And that's what it is, you know. So it is right here in the back of the Montreal, you know. That's the only solution, brothers and sisters, the DRT. There's no other solution. There's no other solution. Now that we are here, it's the only solution which I know to be valid. But besides that, there's no solution. You saw how much we pay now on the interest. We pay interest more now, 3 times as more as we paid. So my brothers and sisters, there's no way that that can be sustained. So knowing that fact, the DRT is the only solution. Take all public and private debt, create a new currency, the UE, the universal exchange, just like they did in Europe, and of course created based on my theories by the money supply to be all the public and the private debt, the money supply to be all the money supply to be the public and the private debt, the money supply to be all the private and the public debt. So the money supply to be all the public and the private debt, the public supply to be all the public and the private debt. I gotta get it on the drill, man. Get it on the joggers. Doing good, man. Always good and always feel good. Keep it up. You can do great. And you know, I lost more than 77 pounds and I created my own fitness program system, and I'm proud of that creation. And I have hundreds of videos online of it. And, you know, it's something which I enjoy and I like doing. And yeah, it's fitness 24/7, man. I enjoy it. I'm gonna go hydrate a little bit. Make sure that it's coast is clear, because I gotta turn my heads left and right, because there's people who cyclists, and you know, it's wall is closed. It's closed. Somebody closed it, so it's okay. I guess I can go by the inside and I can go by the city, but I don't know, is it gonna rain? Is it not gonna rain? I'm gonna work out and train, or we're gonna do a little bit of dance. What are we gonna do? Pre-full moon dance, I guess, or pre-full moon. So by the inside. Oh yeah. Oh, it's closed. So what is this saying is avis de fermeture du bâtiment. Avis de fermeture du bâtiment, on est sur la montagne. So this is from 23rd to 24th of April. So they're working on the aqueducts. They're working on the aqueducts, right? So that's why it's closed. As you can see, usually it is. We can go and get it on the go. So it is yours truly right here from North America. So we gotta go roundabout and come back. Maybe get some shelter here, because it seems like it stopped raining, and we're gonna go take a look at the city, meditate on everything that's happening. And I know somebody's hugging, working out, training and exercising. Somebody's making also that money. Give some charity, support this independent Aspie with amnesia, philosopher, artist, and athlete, and to get it 24/7 on the go, and to get it on the X, on the Z, on the Y. Gotta get it on the go, man. And we gotta go, see. Anyways, I'm wishing a good works here for those who build, of course, the terrain here. We gotta go. Hey, somebody's kissing. That give me that hope, man. Kissing, hugging, or loud. workout, train, exercise, and gotta get it on the X. And just to get that X, man.
I don't edit it. Oh, yeah, that's crazy. But I know.
Yeah, man. Gonna take a little bit of, take some pictures here, you know, and on the go and put that like that, man. See? Anyways, we got a little bit of pictures and we're gonna go it up all the way to the top. The youth, man. We're gonna live that youth. Youth are happy. I'm happy, man. For the youth. You know. Anyway, so hey, man, the youth, let my children dance free. Let my children dance free in the streets. That's the song, you know, said it. Let my children dance free, you know. Let my children dance free. Let my children dance free. Let my children dance free. You know, that's the song 24/7 for my brothers and sisters, you know, being incarcerated, losing their freedom, man. So, gotta work that 21st century policing, you know. Security and service, you know. I'm not equipped with a lot of things. I'm not perfect, but we gotta try, man. Right here in North America, the new world, you know. Have to be free. It takes responsibilities, duties and obligations. My nature as an individual. Your nature. My nature. All our nature. My, to be balanced in harmony, to harm none, and in public, that public-private partnership, and my nature. My nature, your nature, my inclinations, my darkness, which I have, and aggression, my brothers and sisters, I do have, but I channel it and sublimate it. Sublimate the aggression. I work out, I train, I exercise. You know, I got aggression, but I channel it. I work out, I train, I exercise. I channel, sublimate sexuality, working out, training, exercising. You know, I channel it, I sublimate it. I channel and I sublimate it. My sexuality, I channel, sublimate it. I look, nobody's around. I did masturbate this morning. No need to spy on me. CIA, CSIS, Canadian Security Intelligence Service, and CIA, FBI, Stasi are gone, or Russian Secret Service out after in the east, in the Atlantic, and the west, the Chinese Secret Services. No need to spy on me. Open on the, I put a lot on the private, but if you want to know, masturbated, fantasizing, and BDSM, bondage, domination, submissive, masochism. I like BDSM stands for bondage, domination, submissive, masochism. Stands for bondage, domination, submissive, and masochism, BDSM. So I'm a switch. I like to be whipped and, punished and whipped and, degraded, if you will, It brings me joy, pleasure. It's something that's irrational, it's irrational. But people who like that, BDSM, and who are part of the LGBTQ community, So yeah, I'm gonna get the Rainbow Dragon card, man, so that's why I said, and I'm willing, and XYZ, so anyways, back to the topic at hand today. Sexuality is part of us, and all my nature, your nature, to be in equilibrium and harmony as an individual with my competencies, my experiences, and myself. Some things I am mediocre, some things I am average, some things I am so-so. While being average, mediocre, so-so, some things I am super, I am excellent, I am great. Some things I am mediocre. Some things I am average. Some things I am so-so. While being so-so, mediocre, and average, some things I am, of course, super at some other things. Super. And great and excellent. So it kind of balances out, It kind of balances out. See my fellow citizen just jogging. He's working, I'm working with a laptop, being a YouTuber, and I work out here, I hike for hours, and my workouts programs are super long, sometimes hours and hours, workout overtime every time, and his joy, his safety, his work, investing in the body. Here we're going to switch to that French. Hey! On est sur la montagne, sur le Mont-Royal, avant la pleine lune, combien de minutes? Oh, on a quand même plus que 44 minutes avant la pleine lune, plus que 44 minutes avant la pleine lune, plus que 44 minutes avant la pleine lune. Ici, avec votre aide, support et soutien, soutenez votre dragon arc-en-ciel, artiste, philosophe, aspire, androgène, pansexuel, qui est aussi un septième comédien, et bien sûr, un septième comédien, et qui fait de la comédie aussi, 24 sur 24, et bien sûr, et un septième, un analyste et théoricien, analyste en géopolitique, qui n'est pas parfait loin de là, mais la gratitude, j'ai payé mon loyer, j'ai payé ma facture d'électricité, puis j'ai du pain, du café, mon loyer pour le mois d'avril, mon loyer, ma facture d'électricité, mon loyer, puis ma facture d'électricité, mon loyer, puis j'ai du café, puis du thé, puis ici, je veux avec votre aide, soutien, à l'aide, au secours pour la construction du temple de la déesse et de la déesse. Pour cet étage en arc-en-ciel, pour des activités comme la célébration de la pleine lune, la nouvelle lune, puis l'équinoxe, et bien sûr, l'interprétation de l'astrologie. La pleine lune en scorpion, aujourd'hui, la pleine lune en scorpion, avec et face à face avec le temple de la déesse ici. La maison du dragon, 3 chambres. J'ai besoin d'une chambre à coucher, une chambre à dormir, une chambre pour dormir, une chambre à coucher, puis une salle de bain. Et j'ai besoin de 3 chambres ici. Écarlate, la maison du dragon, chambre à coucher. Chambre à coucher à dormir, avec une salle de bain, avec un bain pour prendre un bain, puis une cuisine pour faire la cuisine. 3 chambres, une pyramide, face à face, la maison du dragon, face à face et vis-à-vis. La maison, le temple de la déesse oubliée que je crédite. Oh, avec des bisous, des milliards, des bisous, des châteaux, puis des câlins, puis bien des pompes, puis du rock'n'roll, puis la danse. Et bien sûr, ici, le temple de la déesse oubliée, pour ses activités mentionnées comme la danse, les études des astres, l'interprétation des rêves, puis tout ce qu'il y a avec l'irrationnel, les émotions, l'irrationnel, les peurs du subconscient, l'irrationnel, la prêtresse de la déesse, la prêtresse de la déesse, la prêtresse de la déesse, face à face avec la maison du dragon. 3 chambres à coucher, 3 chambres, pyramide et le temple de la déesse, 7 étages, que je crédite avec le million des bisous et des chatouilles. Même si je suis en crise financière, la gratitude, puis aujourd'hui, carpe diem, je vis avec l'espoir pour demain, mais je vis au quotidien. Depuis que je suis mort de la COVID en 2020. En février, en mars, j'ai été malade, c'était comme la mort, la pestilence puis la maladie, c'était comme la mort, la pestilence puis la maladie, c'était comme la mort, la pestilence puis la maladie. Et je suis tombé malade. Et je suis tombé malade. Et je suis en train de renaître. Je suis en train de renaître. Cette renaissance pour moi-même, pour vous, pour nous, ensemble, l'individu puis le collectif, je vous fais appel pour soutenir le rêve de votre dragon arc-en-ciel, le rêve, le royaume de la déesse et du dragon qui danse, qui est fondamentalement un appel pour un partenariat public ainsi que privé, un PPP. Ça prend les deux, comme pour la nature puis la civilisation, s'il vous plaît. Ne pas polluer si vous venez ici. Faites pas de la pollution. Si vous venez ici, mettez dans les vidanges, dans le recyclage aussi. Si ça va dans le recyclage, il faut avoir les 3 flèches. Les 3 flèches. Et on a les travailleurs publics qui s'en occupent, c'est pour ça. Et ici, on a bien sûr des écureuils. Des éperviers, des écureuils, des éperviers, et bien sûr, des écureuils, des éperviers. On a de la flore, puis la faune, puis on a des lapins puis des marmottes. Fait que on sauve la flore et la faune. Et ici, au milieu de l'île de Montréal, la métropole, on a des zones de plantation, comme vous pouvez voir ici. Des zones de plantation. Fait qu'on salue ceux qui ont fait la plantation. J'en ai vu plein, puis regardez là-bas. Ceux qui ont un ruban. Le ruban, c'est des plantations. Ils sont en train de pousser. Ça pousse. Et il faut faire un effort. Puis même moi, je fais du bénévolat. Fin du bénévolat, tu sais, pour en faire, tu sais. X, Y, Z, tu sais, c'est important. Regardez, ça a fait, là, ici, tu sais. Regardez, c'est des nouvelles plantations. Des nouvelles plantations. Ici. Puis j'en fais du bénévolat, je ramasse, puis j'aimerais ça peinturer, tu sais. Les bancs. J'aimerais ça peinturer les bancs, tu sais. Peinturer les bancs. Parce qu'ils sont gris et ont besoin d'amour. En public puis le privé, puis financer ça à place. Partenariat public-privé. Ah oui, Céline! Calperado. Pour le public puis le privé, ça prend des deux. Pour le public et pour le privé, le public, puis pour le privé. Tu sais, ça prend les deux. Puis ici, c'est une zone de plantation. Et il faut faire affaire ensemble. Tu sais, c'est comme la nature puis la civilisation. C'est comme la nature puis la civilisation. C'est comme la nature puis la civilisation. Ça prend une danse constante. C'est constamment un va-et-vient. C'est constamment quelque chose qu'il faut qu'on y travaille dessus. Tu sais? Qu'on y travaille dessus. Tu sais? Qu'on y travaille dessus. Tu Tu sais, c'est des choses, des vidéos. Je vous encourage à faire l'entraînement physique aujourd'hui pour ma soeur anonyme que je donne le pouvoir d'avocate, le pouvoir d'avocate de la meilleure femme que je connais, anonyme. Si je fais 1 million, je donne la moitié, 50%, 50-50. 1 milliard mérite d'être, si je t'aime bien Céline. Oui, Céline, j'ai composé des chansons pour en chanter double. Je l'aime bien Céline, mais bien sûr qu'en aimant Céline, je peux dire bien sûr que ma soeur anonyme, elle mérite d'être 7, le chiffre après 6, le chiffre qui suit 6, le chiffre après 6 avant 8, c'est 7. 7 fois plus riche que Céline, mon cousin Carl Pelado. Mon cousin Carl Pelado, mon cousin Carl Pelado. Mon cousin Carl Pelado. Tu sais, Carl Pelado. Carl Pelado, tu sais. Carl Pelado. Toutes ces affaires-là, tu sais. Fait du bien. Ah ouais. Me tasse du chemin, fait que. Pour ça, il faut faire la préservation de la nature ici. C'est tellement beau, puis on a cette place ici pour faire la préservation où les gens viennent puis s'entraînent. Ils font de l'exercice, ça fait du bien pour le mental. Ils respirent l'air ici, frais. Fait que c'est pour ça, il faut pas polluer. Puis faites attention aussi, tu sais, quand vous allez, des fois, il faut pas y aller trop dans le où qu'il y a les plantations, puis vous allez ici à la clôture. Fait ici, puis quand je marche, ici en étant dehors, dans le public, j'ai des responsabilités, obligations additionnelles, ma chère, qui ne sont pas exactement les mêmes. Si j'aurais resté dans ma grotte chez nous, hein, ça aurait été différent dans ma grotte. C'est pas les mêmes responsabilités, obligations, j'en ai d'autres maintenant. J'en ai d'autres obligations, responsabilités. Et bien sûr, ces obligations, responsabilités en citoyen, étant un bon samaritain, avec moi-même en voix, moi-même, j'en ai moi-même, l'agressivité, j'en ai moi-même. L'agressivité, j'en ai moi-même. L'agressivité, j'en ai moi-même. Mais je m'entraîne, je fais de l'exercice physique pour ne pas faire mal à aucun autre citoyen, tu sais. Juste pour la défense, c'est sûr, parce que fondamentalement, c'est pour la défense. Bien sûr. Ben, pour ça, il faut faire la sublimation. Comme la sexualité aussi. Tu sais, des fois, je regarde, si je commence à parler de la sexualité en étant gay, androgyne, pansexuel, tu sais. En étant gay, androgyne, pansexuel, en étant gay, androgyne, pansexuel. Je regarde s'il n'y a pas d'enfants, s'il n'y a pas de, tu sais, d'autres citoyens qui ont des valeurs puis des normes, mais pour pas offenser, tu sais, je fais attention le plus que je peux, mais pour pas réprimer trop ma nature non plus, tu sais. Qui est un peu rock&roll, veut dire, gay, androgyne, pansexuel, gay, androgyne, pansexuel, ça en fait penser à quelque chose dans la COVID, au début, quand je l'ai eu, parce que je l'ai eu, hein, en 2020, février, c'était comme la mort, la pestilence, puis la maladie, c'est comme la mort pour moi-même. La pestilence, là, c'était comme la maladie, la pestilence, puis la mort. Puis je dis souvent, je suis mort dans la COVID 2020, en février, en mars, je suis en train de renaître. Je suis en train de renaître. Je suis en train de renaître. Je suis en train de renaître, je suis en train de renaître, tu sais. Puis je suis en train de renaître, tu sais. Puis cette renaissance, ben, ça vient pour moi-même puis pour vous aussi, parce que vous êtes de ma famille, vous pas. Tu sais, vous êtes de ma famille, des fois on est dysfonctionnel. Tu sais, voler au-dessus de la montagne, ici, que ça dit. Tu sais, ici, ça dit une poésie, un poème. Voler au-dessus de la montagne jusqu'à s'endormir, voler au-dessus de la montagne jusqu'à s'endormir, voler au-dessus de la montagne, au-dessus de la montagne jusqu'à s'endormir. Tu sais, la civilisation est un privilège, puis des fois j'aime ça sauvage dans la nature, sauvage dans la nature, sauvage dans la nature, tu sais, sauvage dans la nature. Des fois il faut être un peu sauvage, il faut se laisser faire, il faut crier un peu, tu sais. On veut pas être parfait, puis la santé mentale, comme je dis, puis je répète à dire, hey, qu'est-ce que c'est ça? Y a-t-il une autre marmotte, comme j'ai vu une voir tantôt? On avait vu une belle tantôt, une marmotte. Hein? Je vais aller tranquillement parce que on dirait qu'elle me cache sur la tête. Anyways, peut-être, peut-être pas, mais je voulais m'assurer, tu sais. C'était une marmotte, c'était pas une marmotte. On avance avant la pleine lune, là, donc c'est super important, tu sais. La gratitude pour la santé mentale, eh oui, c'est possible qu'elle est allée en dedans, tu sais. Je pense qu'il y a un trou là-bas, vers le trou. Il est là le trou, fait que c'est possible qu'il est allé dedans se cacher, puis faire je sais pas qu'est-ce qu'il est allé faire. C'est au sous-sol, au sous-sol, au sous-sol. Là. C'est bien au sous-sol, en gros, ou en dedans. Mais bon, en tout cas, moi j'ai dit allô, puis je l'ai pas vu parce qu'il a eu peur, fait que là, je me tasse. Quand ils viennent, je vais me tasser de leur chemin, puis par ici, qu'ils viennent, ils vont faire de la course. Ils vont courir. C'est eux qui regardent. On tasse. Chier. Ouais. Ah, faites bien. Doing good, man. Ils font bien, ils font du jogging, puis ils s'entraînent, ils font pow. C'est ça, faites bien. Et bien sûr, c'est du bon entraînement physique, puis c'est bon pour l'esprit, pour le cœur, puis ils font toujours, bien sûr, un bon entraînement physique, tu sais, fait que c'est toujours quelque chose de beau, puis de les voir, puis j'encourage l'entraînement physique, puis je soutiens, puis je continue à faire appel, bien sûr, pour l'entraînement physique, tu sais. L'entraînement physique a été sur ma médecine et thérapie de choix, puis je le souhaite, puis j'aime ça, les voir, puis tu sais, oui, peut-être j'ai eu un désir de donner des câlins ou recevoir des câlins aussi, tu sais. Mais peut-être dans le futur. Gros câlin, donnez-vous un câlin dans mon nom. Vous, donnez-vous des câlins si vous avez vu la vidéo maintenant. Pour moi, donnez-vous des câlins. Donnez-vous des câlins, donnez-vous des pompes. Avec consentement, commencez pas à donner des câlins dans le monde comme ça. Avec consentement. Commencez pas à donner des câlins comme ça dans le monde, mais avec consentement, bien sûr. Avec consentement, ça prend le consentement. Oui, demande-moi là, si je peux. Je vais dire oui, peut-être. Non, oui, peut-être, non. Oui, peut-être, non. Avec le consentement, là. Tu sais, avec le consentement, tu sais. Avec le consentement, tu sais. Le consentement, tu sais. C'est super important, le consentement. Avec volonté, donnez-vous un câlin comme jamais auparavant. Dans mon nom, faites de l'amour. Avec consentement, donnez-vous des câlins. Ça nous encourage, vous voir faire du jogging. En groupe, j'aurais aimé faire partie. J'aime ça plus la marche, le jogging je fais aussi, mais c'est plus des pompes puis de l'entraînement physique. Fait que c'est des choses bien sûr que je fais bien sûr. Puis quand je suis dans l'entraînement physique, je suis intense. Donc c'est du travail indépendant. J'en ai fait pendant des années en géopolitique, en entraînement physique, puis bien sûr en études de civilisation. Puis j'en ai aussi écrit des livres d'enfants, des chansons Rock&Roll, puis ici, c'est la montagne, je dois me retirer de la gauche à droite avec des étirements. On fait des étirements, on s'étire, puis bien sûr, on fait de l'étirement. Et bien sûr, c'est super important aussi peut-être de prendre un bain, tu sais, prends un bain, puis un bain tourbillon, que ça soit, et puis ça fait toujours un bon investissement dans le corps, parce que le corps, c'est un temps pour le plaisir puis pour le but, tu sais. Pour le plaisir, puis pour le but, pour le plaisir, puis pour le but, pour le plaisir, puis pour le but, pour le plaisir, puis pour le but. Le but, ben, c'est le corps, la santé mentale. Pour moi, l'entraînement physique, ben, ça fait tellement du bien pour la santé mentale. Puis, quelqu'un qui a survécu la dépression, puis être suicidaire, tu sais. Puis comme je l'ai mentionné dans plusieurs vidéos, qu'est-ce qui m'a fait de moi-même sortir de la dépression? C'est quand j'ai traversé le Canada de côte à côte. C'est un événement dans ma vie. Ça m'a fait sortir de la dépression. Je suis allé à l'ouest. À l'ouest, Colombie-Britannique, à Vancouver. Fait que je suis allé vers l'ouest. Et après ça, je suis de retour. Je vais juste me serrer la ceinture un peu parce que Ici, quand j'ai descendu, ça a comme pop un peu. Serrer la ceinture parce que ça a descendu un peu. Ma ceinture, ça a commencé à... Quand j'ai descendu la pente aussi, ça a commencé à être... Ça m'est rentré dans la peau un peu, là. Le coin, anyways. Serrer la ceinture. Il faut serrer la ceinture quand même. Mais j'ai quand même un mode de vie sain, postère, sévère, mais sans... J'ai quand même des défauts, mais j'ai quand même des... L'Asperger, c'est quand même une chose qui est quand même... qui me donne des puissances que certains gens ne possèdent pas. Puis c'est des puissances qui viennent de mes obsessions, parce que les Aspergers, nous autres, on a des obsessions dans certains sujets. Quand on discute ou quand on étudie, quand on analyse, on fait le travail dans ces sujets-là, comme la géopolitique pendant des années 24/24, l'entraînement physique 24/24, les études en civilisation, aussi, puis avec l'entraînement physique, les études en civilisation puis en géopolitique, se laver les mains aussi, puis l'hygiène en public, dans le fond, l'hygiène en public. Puis j'ai d'autres intérêts aussi qui m'intéressent, mais ces intérêts sont mes obsessions, puis les intérêts obsessifs, parce que les aspis, ceux qui ont l'Asperger, c'est ça les caractéristiques. J'ai ces obsessions. Et je suis obsédé par la géopolitique, puis je crée des théories, des analyses, j'en fais de 24/24, je peux faire des discussions profondes, puis des écritures que j'ai écrites sur des clés USB, puis par-ci, par-là, puis bien sûr, j'en ai fait d'autres analyses, puis j'ai même prévu qu'est-ce qui se passe maintenant dans le monde. J'avais fait une prédiction dans le monde. Puis j'ai prévu qu'est-ce qui se passe dans le monde. Tu sais. J'ai prévu qu'est-ce qui se passe dans le monde, pas en tant que prophète, mais en tant qu'analyste et théoricien en géopolitique indépendant. Et maintenant, je vais juste discuter un cas plus particulier. Il est 7h18, il est 7h18. Je l'ai discuté avant, mais c'est une condition que, vous savez, parce que je l'avais discuté, tu sais, que... Ben, vous savez, tu sais, je suis dragon arc-en-ciel, je me considère 50-50, homme-femme, androgène, homme-femme, mais... Et puis, je regarde s'il n'y a personne alentour. Et, tu sais, j'ai des cicatrices sur mes organes génitaux, que j'appelle les organes génitaux, la fusée arc-en-ciel du dragon, qui est fonctionnelle des fois, un clitopénis, péniclitoris, je me considère androgène, je suis, bien sûr, fais partie de la communauté LGBTQ, puis, bien sûr que... Mais j'ai quand même condition médicale, j'ai quand même une cicatrice d'à peu près 3, c'est en longueur, puis tu sais, c'est pas juste la longueur, mais c'est en épaisseur aussi, c'est quand même une cicatrice épaisse, une cicatrice épaisse, et puis cicatrice épaisse, et puis des fois ça me provoque des démangeaisons, fait que des fois je me gratte, tu sais, puis demain, malheureusement, il y a un citoyen, tu sais, je sais pas comment, c'est qui ou quoi, puis c'est ça, puis maintenant je me suis gratté dans le public, fait que ça passe comme des actions indécentes, fait que, je suis prêt à présenter mes excuses parce que je comprends comment quelqu'un peut mal voir ça, puis tu sais, c'est quelque chose que dans le public, il faut faire attention, comme on est dans le public, on a certaines conditions de faire bien sûr dans le public, puis de faire attention quand on fait bien sûr dans le public, puis nos engagements bien sûr, c'est toujours quelque chose qui nous tient à cœur, de faire un compromis, puis quand je passe par là, que ça soit de la gauche puis de la droite, puis que ça soit de la gauche puis de la droite. Tourner la tête. Avant qu'on traverse, on regarde de la gauche à droite, Fait que dans le centre, mais bien sûr que il y a des choses qu'on a, tu sais, qu'on vit avec, comme moi l'Asperger, j'ai pas de médicaments, je dois gérer mes symptômes, je dois faire la gestion de mes symptômes, C'est comme les policiers aussi, les policières, c'est des êtres humains, on n'est pas parfait loin de là, t'sais. Mes frères et sœurs, qui perdent la liberté c'est nouveau, hein? C'est nouveau la liberté, mes chers, c'est dangereux quand même, c'est nouveau pour nous autres, l'être humain aussi. En tant que Canadien nord-américain ou l'Amérique du Nord, c'est quand même des gros compromis qu'on fait. Hein? Le public, le privé, la liberté avec l'individu puis le collectif, c'est le privé puis le public en plus, la nature puis la civilisation. C'est toujours, des fois, il y a des tensions, on a souffert, moi-même j'ai souffert, j'étais en dépression, comme je vous ai dit, puis qu'est-ce qui m'a fait sortir de la dépression moi-même? C'est quand j'ai traversé en 2017 le Canada de côte à côte. Puis j'ai dit, ben, tellement de choses à voir puis à faire. Tellement de choses à voir puis à faire, tellement de choses à voir puis à faire, tellement de choses à voir puis à faire, tu sais. Tellement de choses à voir puis à faire ici. Que j'écrive des chansons rock&roll, des livres d'enfants, j'en ai écrit plein, mais je ne les ai pas publiés à cause du l'empêchement financier. J'avais pas 500 $ pour faire la publication de mes livres, tu sais. Je n'avais pas. Fait que j'ai quand même écrit, j'ai écrit par passion puis par amour, tu sais. Tu sais, mes citoyens qui sont là, tu sais, je leur souhaite de la santé, qu'ils soient en santé puis ils fassent l'amour, tu sais. Pour eux autres qu'on va défendre, les enfants en premier, comme je dis à mon frère, qui est le ministre de la Défense Bill Blair, le ministre de la Défense nationale Bill Blair, le ministre de la Défense nationale Bill Blair, c'est, tu sais, la Défense nationale commence aussi dans les garderies où puis des petits jeunes en garderie, 2-3 ans, puis des enfants, jusqu'où ceux qui sont dans les CHSLD, J'ai eu une bonne expérience dans les CHSLD, j'ai bien aimé ça, je pensais que j'avais fait une différence quand même quand j'étais là à le moment, mais bon, le contrat n'a pas été renouvelé, puis X, Y, Z, fait que j'ai eu ces contraintes, puis ces contraintes de, peut-être à l'Asperger's, en étant aspi, tu sais, des fois, c'est l'intensité, mais c'est des choses que j'ai, puis je fais toujours un compromis, comme je fais dans le compromis dans le public, mais des fois, comme j'ai dit, dans ce cas-là, demain, tu sais, passer en cours, je suis innocent, non coupable, mais oui, quand même, je me suis gratté, mais, tu sais, je me gratte parce que j'ai une condition médicale, des fois, ça, comme quand la température, elle change, je remarque que ça me gratte plus. J'ai des démangeaisons. J'ai des démangeaisons sur mes organes génitaux. J'ai des démangeaisons sur mes organes génitaux. J'ai des démangeaisons sur mes organes génitaux parce que j'ai une cicatrice. J'ai une grosse cicatrice. Très visible. Mais, puis épaisse aussi. L'épaisseur, puis tu vois que c'est... Vous voyez clairement, ça se voit clairement que c'est soit il y a eu un point de suture, soit il y a eu un prélèvement, soit il y a eu un attachement, soit il y a eu des choses c'est une grosse cicatrice quand même. Fait que je ne sais pas c'est quoi, pourquoi qu'elle est là la cicatrice, je m'en souviens pas. X, Y, Z, c'est quoi le fait d'avoir une cicatrice? Je pourrais pas vous dire. Je sais qu'elle est là, ça me provoque des démangeaisons. Ça me provoque des démangeaisons, tu sais. Love, puis l'amour, mais ça me provoque des démangeaisons. Fait que je me gratte. Je sais pas, j'en mettais en cours, mais c'est quelque chose que je dois dire que ça me provoque des démangeaisons, puis j'ai une cicatrice, je vais consulter un médecin, j'étais en attente pour un médecin, puis aller avec les médecins, tu sais, sont quand même débordés aussi, tu sais, il y a quand même le débordement, les médecins, puis c'est cette affaire-là, bien sûr, qui doit nous toucher, puis qu'on fasse, tu sais, puis c'est quelque chose qu'il faut qu'on fasse, puis c'est quelque chose que je vis avec, puis faut que je fasse attention, parce que, tu sais, des fois, je suis dans certains environnements, dans le public, mais comme je suis dans le bois, je suis pas dans la forêt, tu sais, je peux me gratter s'il y a personne, puis des fois, si ça me démange, il faut que je commence à avoir des démangeaisons, mais, tu sais, je me gratte, tu sais, je me gratte, tu sais. Mais, that's all. J'ai pas d'autres choses à dire là-dessus. C'est juste ça qui est ça. Puis, j'ai pas de... Si j'offense quelqu'un, je suis toujours prêt à présenter des excuses. Des fois, c'est mal entendu. Tu sais, mettons quelqu'un, un citoyen qui me voit en train de me gratter, tu sais. Me gratter, il dit, hey, qu'est-ce qu'il fait là, tu sais. Fais pas ça dans le public, mais il sait pas. La personne ne sait pas que j'ai, bien sûr, une cicatrice sur mes organes génitaux androgynes, un clitopénis, pénis clitoris. Des fois, une fusée en arc-en-ciel fonctionnelle. Des fois, parfois, une fusée en arc-en-ciel fonctionnelle. Des fois, une fusée arc-en-ciel fonctionnelle. Mais je suis bon à d'autres choses. En géopolitique, je l'ai prévu la situation actuelle. Je suis bon à l'entraînement physique, à la comédie puis la danse. Je suis bon en géopolitique, je suis un des best parmi les meilleurs. En géopolitique, la comédie, l'art, le rock&Roll, je peux en faire bien sûr aussi. Maintenant, je m'en vais m'hydrater parce que là, il commence à mouiller encore. Puis ça vient bien sûr le temps que je me dirige vers chez nous parce que je veux pas briser mon ordinateur portable. Mon ordinateur portable. Tu sais, mon ordinateur portable. Mon ordinateur portable, bien sûr, puis ça fasse. Mon ordinateur portable. Mais bien sûr, c'est ça que je vais dire. Je vais fermer la discussion de cette discussion qui ménage, puis il y a plus de monde, puis faut que je fasse attention. Puis on va discuter d'autres choses, la gratitude, plus gratitude, 24 sur 24, je vous encourage à faire l'entraînement physique, puis avec consentement, donnez-vous un câlin comme jamais avant, et mon message principal, on se dirige encore vers boire de l'eau. On va boire. Hey, c'est-tu le drapeau de Montréal, ça? Peut-être. Hey. Il y en a dedans, si vous voulez voir. Ok. Ouais, ok. Pas de problème, je comprends, mon cher. Bye bye. Just he wanted to drink water, but I told him that there's water inside, puis j'ai dit que, parce qu'il a essayé, puis l'abreuvoir ne fonctionne pas là-bas, tu sais. Il sûrement va fonctionner bientôt, mais il fonctionne pas en dehors, fait qu'il faut venir en dedans pour boire de l'eau. Parce qu'il avait vraiment soif. J'ai dit à mon citoyen, parce qu'il m'a fait un beau sourire, fait que j'ai dit, ben, il est en dedans. I told my fellow citizen that we got water here. Et voilà. Maintenant, on est hydraté. On peut s'en aller chez nous. Wow. Wow. He's really talented. Il a vraiment du talent. Wow, man. Really skilled. Skills. Looks like he was floating. Like, so cool. Vraiment bien, man. Je l'ai pas trop regardé. Ça, c'est un autre avec des Asperger's. On a tendance à regarder trop les gens. We have tendency to stare at people. That's another thing I gotta work on. And I don't want to stare, but I admire the way I was skating. So j'admire le skater comme il faut. Oh, there's still snow, man. Il y a encore la neige. C'est de la neige, ça. C'est la neige. It is snow. Snow. That's snow, you know. That's snow, so here we go back to the headquarters. Right to the headquarters. Headquarters. Is it full moon time? C'est le temps de la pleine lune. 7:33, 11 minutes at 44, 11 minutes. Il est 7h33. 7:33. Time to say that gratitude again. Grateful, thankful that my rent's paid, electricity bills paid, got food and coffee. Go farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks, 24/7. Et c'est le temps encore pour la gratitude. Ah oui, les fermiers, les pompiers, on les aime, les agriculteurs, dans les fermiers, dans les fermes. Et les travailleurs dans la cuisine, les chefs de cuisine. Les danseurs, les athlètes, les poètes. Et je vous encourage à faire l'entraînement physique, c'est bon, la médecine. Ma médecine est thérapie de choix. It is my medicine and therapy of choice. I encourage you to work out, to train, and to get that exercise. Full moon is officially at 7:44. We're not going to see it due to the clouds. On va pas voir la lune. La lune pleine lune. 7h44. 7:44 à 7h44 la pleine lune. Full moon is at 7:44. La pleine lune à 7h44. 7:40. 44. 7:44. 7:44 à 7h44. 7:44, 7:44 à 7h44. 7:44. Gotta get it for that X. Gotta get it for that Y. Et c'est le pour les Y puis le Z. For that Y and for that X. Pour les Y pour le Z. I think we're gonna start heading home on the full moon. Full moon 3 days. Tomorrow until Friday night, man, jusqu'à vendredi soir. Le Sabbath, Dancing God is the Dragon Kingdom Sabbath. Le sabbat de la déesse, c'est du dragon qui danse. Dancing God is the Dragon Kingdom Sabbath. Le sabbat de la déesse, c'est du dragon qui danse. Ah! Someone tried to poke my eye. Quelqu'un qui a essayé de me poigner l'œil. Hey, who's that guilty trying to get my eye? Qui est coupable d'essayer d'enlever les yeux puis l'œil droit, puis des fois le gauche puis le droit? Who's that guilty trying to poke my eye? Cette. Qui est coupable qui essaie d'enlever les yeux, soit l'œil droit ou l'œil gauche? Sometimes the eyes. One who's guilty trying to poke my eyes. My left eye, my right eye. Sometimes both. Who's that guilty? I'm innocent. Je suis innocent. But not perfect, far from it, mais pas parfait, loin de là. I got some issues, got some vices. Got that rock and roll rainbow dragon with it. Le dragon arc-en-ciel vous chante. Plein de chansons, j'en ai des chansons. Ben, des chansons que je possède. Des chansons, puis des chansons, puis des chansons. I got songs and songs and songs. I got a lot of songs. Get it for that drill. Get it for that you know spills. Get it for that you know deal. So it's what it is, man. You know, so it is what it is. So that's that X, that's that Y, that's that Z. So we gotta go on the low and we gotta go high. And I've been depressed and suicidal, conquered it when I crossed Canada. Like I said, that event made me snap out and said so many things to do, to live for here. Tellement de choses à voir puis à faire au Canada quand j'ai traversé le Canada de côte à côte. Que je suis sorti de la dépression puis de suicidaire. Je me suis dit tellement de choses à faire, tellement de choses à voir. J'ai sorti de la dépression. I got out of depression. When I crossed Canada 2017 coast to coast, quand j'ai traversé le Canada de côte à côte en 2017. En 2017. In 2017. That's what got me out of depression. So, rock and roll, I just gotta go drill it back to headquarters and see that big city and being mindful. Don't know if I'm gonna film a long one because I gotta go back home and just in time eat, wash, and got a court date, un jour en cours demain. So, like I said, willing to apologize, présenter mes excuses, mais I have that condition. Well, I misunderstood. It was all a big misunderstanding and un gros malentendu. Sorry, I apologize to you. Présente mes excuses quand même. Hey, ça c'est là. Ouais, c'est ici qu'on est, on est ici. We're here, you know, on the Mont Ross. So if you ever come, you can check where you are and you can go au top de Belvedere. Vous pouvez aller voir au top du Belvedere, bien sûr. Vous êtes ici. Ça dit, vous êtes ici, you're here. So this is my favorite place to come. Site patrimonial du Mont-Royal. It is here you can see where you are and how you go, and you can see a little bit of the site of the mountain. So just gonna take a little bit of pictures here to post it, and it's where I love to come. It's like my second home, you know, and I'm home here and I'm home, and this is my home, Montreal, in this life and many past life incarnations, and dans plusieurs vies de réincarnation. Mais tout ce que je sais bien sûr, c'est now survive COVID, j'ai survécu la COVID, and you know, it's always something that I love coming here, and I was born here in Quebec in past lives, previous incarnations. J'étais né dans oh, mein Name ist Sister Friend Took It. Marche anonyme. Elle a pris. It took it. My anonymous sister took it. Ma soeur anonyme l'a pris. My anonymous sister took it. Anyways, I'm gonna go and you know, that's what I like to see. I like to see people holding hands. J'aime savoir les gens qui se tiennent par la main. But gotta not wish too much. So anyways, we're gonna go back home. It is full moon in 3 minutes. So I'm just gonna say, bless the mountain. Bless the mountain. To go towards the full moon and kind of go east, west, north, south, and that's where we are, you know. And not gonna rush. I got 3 seconds. I said no, and just gonna go to the other one and gonna say my gratitude again. And I would like to see supercomputers and do these places to be the Forgotten Goddess Temple. I mean the Dancing Goddess Army headquarters and the Dragon Army. I would really love these buildings to be for the Dragon Army, the Forgotten Goddess Temple. Parallel to the DGA headquarters is the Forgotten Goddess Temple, yes sir. But I would really love if these would become those two headquarters of the Dancing Goddess Army and the Dragon Army. J'aimerais voir que ça devienne le siège puis pour l'armée de la déesse qui danse, puis pour l'armée du dragon que ça soit là bien sûr, mais j'aimerais ça voir, you know, I would love to see this one here, and this is a building which I love and I admire, and I always wonder when it was built and who built it, and it's a majestic architectural design which I really love, you know. I love it. I would actually love to live here. That would be so cool. I could just come to the mountain and of course do rock and roll and sing and entertain, and you know, I'd have something bigger to have a better place to have people over, and that's it. That's all rock and roll. So gonna cross the street now. Je vais traverser la rue maintenant. That's it, that's all. And rock and roll, going on the boulevard, le boulevard, and on the boulevard, you know, going on the boulevard, le boulevard. Somebody wearing that red, rouge, puis les encourage à faire l'entraînement physique, mais I gotta watch out to be a good Samaritan pour être un bon Samaritain. Ça, c'est une loi que t'es un bon Samaritain, c'est quand même la vieille école, mais sans prendre la vieille école aussi, it takes a little bit of old school, you know. Now I can traverse in peace. And it hasn't started raining, so I'm just gonna keep drilling. Il n'a pas commencé à pleuvoir, fait que je vais pas arrêter la vidéo, je vais juste m'en aller vers... On s'en va vers l'ouest, towards the west. And we can't see the sunset. It would have been nice, but there's too many clouds. And I got a text for the greatest woman on the planet, so I got to respond. J'ai eu un texte de la meilleure femme au monde, donc je dois bien sûr répondre, bien sûr. So. Oh, full moon. Pleine lune maintenant. If I make a man, gonna give her half. The moon is full across Montreal, North America. And moon in Scorpio, la lune en Scorpion. 3-day feast. Celebration, meditation, cleaning, beginning. With this march, 3 jours de méditation dans cette lune en Scorpion. Pour moi, ça dure 3 jours. It lasts 3 days, so starting tonight. It's already started. Ça a déjà commencé. Although the clouds are covering, it is there. Across North America now visible. You know, North America, à travers l'Amérique du Nord, c'est visible maintenant. New York, maybe they're looking, wow, what is that? Pink moon. Tuesday today, Wednesday tomorrow. So that's the first day, 24 hours. Not 24 Thursday, so not 24 Friday. So Friday night, it's kind of late enough. Jusqu'à vendredi soir, 24 heures. Aujourd'hui, mardi, 24 heures jusqu'à demain. Mercredi, 24 heures. Mercredi jusqu'à jeudi, 24 heures jusqu'à jeudi. Encore 24 heures jusqu'à vendredi. Puis après vendredi, mais ça dissipe. After Friday, it kind of dissipates, you know. So, I know somebody, my anonymous sister friend, who deserves to live in a house like that. We can split that 50-50. Je connais ma soeur anonyme qui mérite d'habiter dans des maisons comme ça. Look at the field of blue. Bleu. C'est que, that's what it is, and c'est ça. That's it, that's all. Rock and roll, and it's always now. My fitness journey always starts today, and I'm not gonna take that bus 66. Je vais pas prendre l'autobus 66, man. There's like a little bit of rain is coming, so maybe I'm gonna shut off the computer because I work with a laptop, so it's also windy. So we'll see how it goes. Better, because this is my work tool, and gotta put this video. Je dois mettre cette vidéo. This is my work. C'est mon travail. And you see hundreds of my workout videos. Vous voyez des centaines de vidéos d'entraînement physique en ligne. You literally see hundreds, especially during COVID, hundreds of workout videos, dance videos, rock and roll videos. Vous voyez des centaines de vidéos d'entraînement physique, de vidéos de la danse, de la poésie, de la comédie, des centaines, hundreds. Hey, I gotta press that button. Then I gotta disinfect my hands. I just pressed it with a thumb. Le pouce, thumb. You're learning French and English. Thumb, the thumb. Thumb. Pouce. Le pouce. Le thumb. Ça pousse, le pouce. Le pouce qui pousse. Gotta wait. But now it's green for me. C'est vert. Regardez quand même la gauche à droite. And look at this. This is bus 66 on the boulevard. L'autobus 66. Hey, that's too high. I saw 44. You see, after 37, it goes red. Somebody was going 44, 44, c'est trop. Après 37, ça devient rouge. Quand c'est 36, 35, ça baisse. Là-bas, là, c'est une affaire de vitesse. It is a speed. It shows you the speed. So I kind of like it. J'aime ça. C'est un bon concept. Ça monte, tu sais. Quand c'est rouge, ben, vous devez ralentir. Quand c'est jaune aussi. Quand c'est vert, c'est good. When it's green, it's okay. When it's yellow, you gotta start. Not speed up more. When it's red, you gotta slow down, right? Technically, you can be in the yellow. Vous pouvez être dans le rouge, tu sais. That's it, that's all. You know, we get that rock and roll, and we're gonna get that rock and roll 24/7, and we gotta get it for the X, for the Y, pour le X, Y, et Z. X, Y, Z. Ah, mon œil droit encore. My right eye again. My right eye again, mon œil droit. My right eye again, mon œil droit. Mon œil droit. My right eye again. My right eye again. Mon œil droit. You know, so that's what it is, man, you know. Get that eye too. Trying to get my eye on the Route 66. I got enough scars, got plenty of scars. J'ai des cicatrices, je suis mort de la COVID. I've got to get that rebirth for that COVID, you know. So sometimes we just gotta go on the drill, man. But this is a little bit steep here. You can see this is Westmount. Ça c'est Westmount. C'est l'autre montagne. This is the other mountain. So it goes up, see? And we gotta go now because it's green, mais sévère. I just gotta say I love this house here because it got a lot of red. C'est rouge, mais j'adore cette maison ici. C'est une maison que, je sais pas, ça me fait penser à quelque chose de fantastique. Makes me think a little bit of that, like a fantasy house. I would love to share it with my anonymous sister friend. She can still tolerate me. Avec ma soeur anonyme, si elle me tolère encore, j'aimerais ça avoir la moitié. Like 50-50. $50-50. 50-50. 50-50, 50-50. $50-50. 50-50. Any house here would be good for my anonymous sister friend. Because when I know those flowers are beautiful, I just love that yellow. Ces fleurs-là, mais j'adore le fleur jaune. I like the yellow flowers, so I like the gardens also, you know, luscious. And j'adore les jardins qui sont très bons. Puis ces maisons ici, ben, again, if I know somebody who deserves to live in a house, have their own house, my anonymous sister friend. Encore une fois, si je connais quelqu'un qui mérite d'habiter et d'avoir une maison, mais c'est ma soeur anonyme. Ma soeur anonyme. One of the houses here that would be nice. Une de ces maisons ici, comme celle-là, that one's nice. And plenty of nice houses. I go west, que je me dirige vers l'ouest. Again, I encourage you all to work out, train, exercise. You go overtime every time with the Independent Fitness Captain Dragon. Vous allez en temps supplémentaire à tous les fois, à chaque fois. Avec votre dragon. Arc-en-ciel, la gratitude. 24/24, gratitude 24/7. And we're gonna get it drill. We're gonna get it on that drill. You know? And gotta be grateful, man. Je dois avoir la gratitude, puis, tu sais, gotta get gratitude, man. Gotta get gratitude. So grateful, you know, so. Hey, c'est cool ça. Aiguisage. Aiguisage. Sharpening. Aiguisage, Tony. Aiguisage. That's fucking cool, man. I like it. There's on car there sharpening, you know. Gotta get that sharp. I like it. It's an art, you know. It's an art. And I saw a truck for years and years now. Ça fait des années, J'avais vu le camion, bien sûr. Puis ça fait des années que je l'ai vu. I see it around my neighborhood, and I don't remember much about my old neighborhood. Je m'en souviens pas bien, mais amnesia, triggered amnesia, and I remember moving. Je m'en souviens juste avoir déménagé, puis après le déménagement, je sais pas. Je m'en souviens juste les dernières années, puis I remember mostly the years past. Alors, je m'en souviens des années passées. Remember the years past. I remember the years past. Je m'en souviens des années passées, tu sais. Super important to get that love. L'amour. There's a nice park also you can work out, train and exercise. Ça, c'est un parc aussi que vous pouvez faire l'entraînement physique. Non? Salut, bonsoir, ça va bien? Oui. Cool, bonne soirée. It was so nice when kind of them say hello, and I always appreciate a little bit of that X, that Y, that Z, and to get it for the X, you know, to get it for the Y, you know, for faire le Y, puis le Z, tu sais. Let my children dance in the streets. Free. Laisse mes enfants danser dans la rue libre. Et en sécurité, security and liberty gotta go hand in hand. La sécurité puis la liberté doivent aller en main main. The security and liberty gotta go hand in hand. That was a bat. C'était un bat. On tourne la tête de la gauche à droite. Turn your heads left and right, left and right. Yes. What is that wearing there? What are you wearing? What are you wearing? J'ai baissé le pantalon. Just in time, I passed just in time. J'ai sorti, je suis allé juste à temps. Just in time. Juste à temps. Just in time. Juste à temps. Just in time. Take soul. On the road, back to the headquarters home. Ah, sur la route, sur la route, sur la route. On est de retour, on s'en va vers la grotte, grotte, dans la grotte du dragon arc-en-ciel. Dans la grotte du dragon arc-en-ciel. Indeed. XYZ, c'est ça. Gotta get it. Full moon special. It hasn't started raining yet. Il a pas commencé à pleuvoir déjà, mais c'est possible, ça s'en vient. I'm still on the march. À la marche. Not me, pas moi. about 44, more than 44 minutes away. Plus que 44 minutes, plus que 44, plus que 40 minutes. Almost made it. Can I cross to the other side? Eat that banana, getting hungry. Not bad. Thank you, importers and producers of bananas. Doesn't have a mark on it, but ça n'a pas de marque d'où ça vient, mais c'est vraiment du sud de l'Amérique, or Central America, Central or South. There we go. And this has to be put in the trash. Thank you, public workers. Saluting the public workers. You know those are gonna get on that doing here, right here. Thank you for changing the aqueducts, the sewers. Merci pour le changement des aqueducs. Des égouts, des aqueducs. Thank you. Thanks that public and that private. Dance. Civilisation. Pour la civilisation, ça prend le public puis le privé. Puis là, je suis en train de passer, je fais une méditation. Comment qu'ils vont faire? Tout avec les égouts. Puis je vois les gros égouts, le métal, le ciment qui sont en train de faire le beau travail. And I do a lot of work here, you know. And we got a lot of sewers. That's why we got good water, good toilets. So it's been over the hundreds of years and decades underneath Montreal, underneath the big cities of North America, en dessous des grosses villes de l'Amérique du Nord, comme Montréal, c'était la première ville plus peuplée pendant bien des années. Hein. Jusqu'à récemment, les années 2000. Avant, c'était Montréal numéro 1. Jusqu'à 2007, until 2007 or so, Montreal was the most populated, but of course we got other big cities, but Montreal was the most populated in Canada for hundreds of years, pendant des centaines d'années, jusqu'à récemment au 21e siècle. La ville de Montréal, c'était la ville la plus peuplée au monde, en Amérique du Nord, en Amérique du Nord, au Canada, Canada en première, puis top dans l'Amérique du Nord, tu sais. Canada was top, le top en Amérique du Nord. So, that's how we go with it, man. C'est comme ça qu'on y va avec. And that's how we get that drill, you know? Get a little bit of... So there we go, we drill it out west. Vers l'ouest. Once again, we're grateful, thankful that my rent's paid my rent, paid my electricity bill, got food and coffee and some Rock&Roll gratitude. J'ai payé mon loyer, j'ai payé ma facture d'électricité, puis j'ai du café puis du thé, puis it's like start anew, you know. It's like rebirth, commencement de nouveau, and you know, that's how it is, and that's how we're gonna get drilled. C'est comme ça qu'on va pour l'entraînement physique, and You know, I like to make myself useful again, and ça me rend utile. Gotta go left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. De la gauche, de la droite, de la droite, de la gauche. Oh, I had plenty of time, plein de secondes. Plenty of seconds. J'avais beaucoup de temps, beaucoup. Yeah, man. Somebody got to start there. Il y a une étoile. There was a star in the window. Il y avait une étoile dans la fenêtre. Quite interesting. Kind of seemed a bit like Christmassy. Comme un peu Noël, un peu, mais ça la fête, it gave, you know. So here we are, and here we are today on that Carpe Diem. Aujourd'hui, on est le Carpe Diem, so. Carpe Diem it every day, hope for tomorrow. Ever since I died of COVID, came out of depression, j'ai sorti de la dépression, puis être suicidaire, puis commencé à m'entraîner, puis j'ai écrit bien des chansons rock and roll, la poésie. I written a lot of rock and roll songs, poetry, and what have you, you know, so it is on the go, and it's for that X, for that Y, so we gotta get on that print, so we gotta check it out. Do it loud, check it out, do it loud, check it out, do it loud. We gotta get it, gotta drill it. We gotta go for it. So yes, on a du temps à faire. We got some more steps to take. A few kilometers, un peu de kilomètres, un peu de mètres. See here, the building constructions, man, I gotta admire, salute. The construction workers, des rock-and-roll, les travailleurs en construction. Et j'étais un fan. I'm a big fan of construction workers. J'étais un gros fan des travailleurs en construction. I'm a big fan, you know. I'm a big fan of construction workers. Je suis un gros fan des travailleurs en construction. I'm a big fan of construction workers, you know. So. Help build 3 for me. Androgynous Adrian Hunter Dragon being reborn and gotta get it for that X. Build the Forgotten Goddess Temple, House of the Dragon, and build the Forgotten Goddess. Forgotten Goddess Temple, Rainbow People's Palace, and House of the Dragon. Those 3 buildings. Credit you. Rock and roll, massages, kisses, washes, feet. Je vous crédite des massages. Du rock and roll, des bisous, des chatouilles puis des câlins. Des bisous, des chatouilles puis des câlins. Des bisous, des chatouilles puis des câlins. Puis construction de le temple de la déesse. Le temple de la déesse, le temple de la déesse. Parallèle à la maison du dragon. Parallèlement à la maison du dragon. Parallèlement à la maison du dragon. Et bien sûr, pour le temple de la déesse et la maison du dragon, avec le 3e, le palais arc-en-ciel du peuple. Le palais arc-en-ciel du peuple, le palais arc-en-ciel du peuple. Le palais arc-en-ciel du peuple. That's it, that's all rock and roll be. We're getting there, on se rapproche. So this has been an overtime every time. You see how much I drill it when I go, how much I drill it, and it's miles, kilometers away, eh? C'est des mille de kilomètres. J'ai ma deuxième maison, la Mont-Royal. My second home to the Mount Royal. It's my, you saw how much we're marching already, so we still got that march. It's gonna be 3 hours, you know, overtime every time, 3 heures, and I feel good. I'm gonna put a little bit of that cream, you know. Gonna put a little bit of that cream, so it's always good to put cream in it, you know, so put a little bit of that cream inside on the body and take care of the body, prendre soin du corps, and that's what it is. C'est ça qui est ça. J'avais noté pour